Hi, my name is Bob Lerude. I'm the Director of Kern County Recreation and Parks, and we have parks throughout Kern County. We have about 46 regional, community, and neighborhood parks throughout the county, basically from Frazier Park on the southwest part of the county to Lost Hills, the northwest part of the county, to Ridgecrest in the northeast part of the county, to Roseman in the southeast part of the county. And we have parks and buildings in almost every community throughout Kern County. We also maintain 23 different either senior, veterans, community, or recreation buildings, like the recreation building here in Frazier Park. Many of our senior buildings have meals on a Monday through Friday basis. We work with the Aging Adult Services. In terms of our parks, many of our regional parks that a lot of folks from different communities go to because of the amenities. Our Buena Vista Aquatic Recreation Area that has boating, fishing, jet skiing, camping, biking, walking, a lot of different activities there off of Highway 5. We also have regional parks such as our Metropolitan Recreation Center, which hosts batting cages, the Blaze professional baseball team, BMX track, Northwest baseball program that has 12 baseball fields, Stramler Park that has multiple music events. In fact, we just hosted the third annual Nut Festival in conjunction with the Kern County Museum that's under our department. We also have mountain parks that are regional parks, our Greenhorn Mountain Park with campgrounds and walking trails, Tehachapi Mountain Park with campgrounds and walking trails. But we have a lot of also unique parks. Most recently, our Petroglyph Park in Ridgecrest, which has a lot of petroglyphs and pictographs and walking paths throughout the park, all with drought-tolerant landscaping, what we call xeriscape because of the lack of water, so we're trying to reduce the amount of water that we use. We also have Kern River County Park, which includes Hart Park, Lake Ming, and the Kern River, when it is flowing, goes right through Hart Park there. So there's a lot of biking, hiking, fishing, lots of different activities, barbecues, picnics that go on in that regional park. But then we have our smaller parks like Frazier Park here, which are more our neighborhood community parks. They may have some small amenities in them, such as, in this case, a pond for fishing. They may have a basketball court, a restroom, some play equipment for the children, and some of our community parks then may have athletic fields, soccer, baseball, football type fields with lighting. So that's kind of a general overview of our park system. Our operating budget is about $13.5 million or so a year. The majority of that is paid through the general taxes that people pay in Kern County. We bring in about a little over $2 million to $2.5 million in revenue a year through fees that we charge for the use of facilities. The remainder of the budget is made up again through the taxes that people pay.
How many people work with your department?
We've got currently about 84 or so permanent positions. We used to have 141 permanent funded positions. We used to have between 50 and 60 what we call extra help that would work 40 hours a week, 10 months of the year. We have between 15 and 20 of those positions left. Basically, we've cut about 45% of our staff in the last 8 years.
So tell us a little bit here about the Frazier Mountain Park.
Well, we are actually having a master plan meeting this evening. The point is try to get input from the residents here to see what they'd like to have in their park. We already have some nice amenities in the park with the pond here that people can fish and feed the ducks that are here, but we've also got the walking path that was put through the park. We have a skate park in the park that was worked in conjunction with the Mountain Arts Recreation Coalition a number of years ago. We had private contractors that actually did a lot of the work, and we purchased the equipment. There's a baseball soccer field in the park, playground equipment, basketball court, as well as the recreation building and a senior room for the seniors.
So you are working now on a new master plan for Frazier Mountain Park. What is the driving force behind having a new master plan?
The great thing about a master plan, and we've done this in other areas in the county, we have just finished a master plan at Heritage Park in Bakersfield. We have another master plan that is been completed at Rexland Acres Park, Lamont Park, DiGiorgio Park. And so the purpose of that is to get the public input. And once we develop the park in terms of what amenities the public wants to see, then we can actually go after grants, because grants require public input. So that's why we want to have the public input to develop the master plan, and then we can apply for those grants. Most recently, after those master plans were completed in the other parks, we now have walking trails with lighting, exercise equipment. We have new playgrounds. So there's a lot of different grants that we can go after once we get a master plan completed.
Do these grants just pay for new equipment or new facilities, or do at least some of the grants also pay for maintenance?
None of the grants pay for the maintenance. That's the unfortunate part. The grant funding can be used to either rehabilitate something existing in the park, or actually replace whatever that thing is in the park, or add something new in the park. To actually pay for the actual maintenance of the park, you have to have a maintenance district. There's a few different ways that that can happen. As an example, the city of Bakersfield, when they develop parks, have developer fees in place. The county of Kern does not. So the development that occurs in the county does not collect development fees for future parks, like the city of Bakersfield. The city of Bakersfield also puts into place maintenance districts when the developments occur. So when the homeowners move in, they're already paying a fee as part of their taxes. The county does not have maintenance districts in effect. So unfortunately, none of those fees are collected in the county, and that's why you see very few new parks or facilities. We have to depend upon grants to put those in. And then the unfortunate part is we don't have a reliable source of funding for maintenance, because the budgets have been cut over the years because of the budget situation.
So what are potential alternatives in regards to maintenance or, workforce? We talked here a while ago about crews from the sheriff's department. We talked about friends of the park. What are potential alternatives that you may or may not have already used in other park environments?
Great question, and actually we've taken advantage of a lot of those things. As an example, we use inmate crews from the sheriff's department, but inmate crews can only be used from time to time because we found out if we use them in the same location on the same day, then they have friends that leave stuff for them there the next time they show up. So we have to be very diligent in terms of where we use inmate crews in different locations on different days, but we do use them for big projects. We also use work release on a daily basis. However, when I got here in 1999, we had over 100 work release a day assigned to our department. We have less than 10 assigned to our department today. Those are the folks that usually they'll get a DUI and they have to serve potentially a week or two in jail, or do community service hours. And of course, most of the time they'll pick community service. And so then they go on the work release program and they'll do their hours. However, that number has dropped significantly for two reasons. One thing is we have the jails totally full. So the people they're going to let out first are going to be those people with what they call the minor offenses that may have to serve a short time, 2 weeks of work release as an example, where if they go serve 1 day in jail, they're released. So they make the decision, I'll just serve 1 day in jail and I'm gone, don't have to spend 2 weeks doing work release. The other thing that people don't understand, they actually have to pay to sign up for work release. So they have to pay the county to actually get on the work release program. That's another deterrent. But probably the biggest deterrent is that the jails are full and they understand that and they know they'll get out very quick, so they don't sign up for work release. We also use the MAOF program, we use the SIR program, we use CalWorks. All these are programs that we don't have to pay for, and we use these folks to come in and they'll pick up trash in the park, they'll clean restrooms in the park, but it's very hit and miss, as I mentioned, depending upon the community, where they're available. As an example, some judges do not agree with sending community service. They want the people to actually go serve time. Well, the problem, from my perspective, is if they go serve time, because the jails are so full, they're out very quickly, and then we can't take advantage of them, say, using community service hours.
provide the best park possible?
Well, one of the great ideas, and you mentioned it earlier, is having a Friends of the Park. We have that in some of our other parks where we have people on a daily basis go out and pick up trash. We have some groups that on quarterly basis will go out and pick up trash. A lot of folks don't want to go into the park, as an example, and say clean a restroom on a daily basis. But they'll go out there and we'll give them the equipment, trash bags, we'll give them the little picker-uppers, and they can actually clean up trash. So we have Friends of the Park in various parks where they want to be part of that park and make it better. And we're more than willing to work with communities wherever, whether it's in Frazier Park or in the Bakersfield area or out in the desert. Wherever we have folks, we have what we call a gratuitous service agreement. We have them fill it out. It's a one-page agreement. It says that they're willing to pick up trash in a park. We give them the actual picker-uppers, the trash bags, and they're able to do that on a regular basis. We also have groups on a regular basis clean graffiti in our parks. So we'll give them the recycled paint, we'll give them the paint brushes, and they'll take care of the graffiti for us. So we have a lot of folks that do that, and we look forward for that anytime in the future.